south, check your 6. I think something's in there.
Don't even think about it.
Oh. You guys thought it was over now, didn't you?
But no, you're stuck with me for one more episode.
Hello once again everyone to the Black Pyramid, where all things joyful go and have their necks snapped. I'm TC, and for your second daily episode of Showcase, we are talking about the cult classic thing from Rooster Teeth, besides Monty of course, may he rest in peace. We are talking about a series that ran from 2003 all the way up to 2013, Red vs. Blue. And the only thing I can really get into in detail about the whole series from start to finish is from my own personal experience of it, from what me and my brother have kind of gone through for it within our own viewing aspects of it. We first found the series on Netflix, where we slowly began to fall in love with it. Well, he fell in love with it pretty fast. I just couldn't sleep at nights because he kept playing it over and over again on repeat. And so over time, we both found joy in it, and I kind of thought, this would be a nice thing for me to do as a big brother. Just do this thing for him on the show. Like, I thought he would be here to do it with me, but I guess he doesn't want to be here today. So without any ado, I guess it's just going to be me on a solo event.
Hello.
Where did you come from?
Over there, in my little corner.
You're
talking, and I was like, haha.
Is there anyone else here?
I don't think so.
Also, how did you get into this specific room? There's like bombs and shit everywhere.
I told you, I have my specific corner in here where you told me to stay.
No, I told you to stay in your bedroom. I didn't tell you to stay in the cupboard.
Well, the cupboard is mine, no bitch.
Anyway, if that's the only case, I guess it's just gonna be me and my slave child daughter here talking about Red vs. Blue. Now, a couple of things though. Since I know it's a 13-season show, I can't really talk about it myself, which is why I was hoping my brother would be here. So we're gonna split it up into.
Did you really think I wouldn't be here?
Oh, you
Really?
Okay, he's finally here. So I guess it'll just be pretty simple. We'll each talk about the separate arcs that go into the whole thing of the first five seasons, being the Blood Gulch Avenue arc, pretty much establishing the characters and motivations and whatnot, and then going into the Revelations saga that kind of goes into the Freelancer Revelations thing that goes into this whole thing called, that I like to call a conclusion saga, all the way going into the UNSF sort of storyline. But the only question is, which one of you two wants to start off this thing first?
The suspense is terrible.
He's gonna go this time.
I hope it'll last.
Well, as a very, very, very dedicated fan of Red vs. Blue, I'd like to point out that basically the series starts off pretty mellow with Griff and Simmons just basically talking on a cliff. They're talking over their base, and basically Simmons asks Griff, "Why are we here?" And then Griff gives him a really in-depth conversation on why Zenny was here for some transit being, and then Simmons was literally meaning, "Why the hell are we here?"
Awkward.
And then Griff was like, "Oh, well, never mind." And then on the hill, of course, you would have Church and Tucker, and Church using the rifle is spying on them, and then Tucker asks him a dumb question on what are they doing.
You serious?
And apparently from the past few minutes that they've been just standing there, talking. And so as it goes on, you see that their lives they're kind of bored, out of their minds. But as it goes on, the Reds and Blues eventually the blue team receives a tank and a new member, just as well as the Reds receive a new soldier. And that soldier was quite a handful.
He's a dumbass.
Bow wow. Yes, Private Donut is the flamboyant soldier of the Red Team. And then you have Private Caboose, which at first he seems kind of a mediocre asshat, but then you find out later on in the series that his armor goes on the fritz and they reboot his armor. Fun fact, his armor took quite a time to reboot and he ended up suffocating in there. And then he suffered permanent brain damage.
That's not funny.
And everything. So that's basically more or less what goes on. Then you have a freelancer Tex who just shows up at random occasions and everything.
And kicks ass.
Punching people, more or less. So yeah, that goes on for the first season or so. First few seasons until shit goes down. And from there we'll let TC pick up.
From what my brother is disclosing, we get into seasons 4 and 5, which delve into more of what the freelancer of Agent Wyoming has kind of done with his own little forces that he tries to get into in order to find out a new power to make himself the end-all be-all tyrant of the galaxy, as it were. Because we always need that in a story, right?
Of course!
But like any other good story, it takes the ragtag group of idiots to pretty much save the universe, but at a cost of sometimes losing a good soldier every now and again. And then we get into, well, the basicness of basics, which is the closure saga, as it were, where we're introduced to my brother's favorite character of Agent Washington. And yes, Red vs. Blue fans, I shall play a clip right now.
Agent Washington, what do you make of all this?
I think it sounds like exactly what I encountered. Except it's stronger now, and becoming more so all the time.
You happy? You good? You all squeed out? Okay, good. So, we decided to get into more and more of the story prior, as Washington is trying to get everyone from the Blood Gulch saga back together, because during that time that they were away, they all still had traces of the meta inside them, which is inside of the former freelancer agent of Agent Maine, who I'll get into in a moment about why he's called the former freelancer agent. But it goes into more and more in depth of the freelancer project as it gets further and further on into the saga, and we decide to get into further and further detail about what is and isn't the danger. Some of which just being of the AIs and of Church's own search of an identity for himself, not only as a computer program given life, but finding out his own identity as Epsilon.
You're a little bit too ahead of yourself right there. Remember, there's two forms. There's Church, which is the Alpha, which he was placed there under the care of what goes on later on in Project Freelancer. Then once the Alpha kind of goes kaput, Epsilon takes its place.
Nerd!
Because Epsilon and the Alpha fused. I told you, get out of here, child.
However, during this time of the second saga, I should say, there is one of my favorite moments in the whole series of Tex versus the meta versus Agent Washington versus the Reds and the Blues. Which, I'm not even gonna say a lot of words, I'm just gonna show the entire scene to you guys right now. Not even gonna say another word, I'm just gonna snap my fingers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and...
This thing can't take any more hits!
Wasn't that beautiful?
Child.
Wasn't that nice? Didn't that make you guys feel all warm inside?
I want to be a part of it too.
It made me feel some type of way. I felt all over.
So as we're wrapping up that storyline, how do we kind of make this whole thing a little bit more mushy, as it were? I'll let my slave daughter here say what happened.
2319.
2319!
Watch yourself.
Yeah, that's actually the first Monsters Inc. clip I could have probably put on my channel. But since she's gone on her 2319 thing, I shall say it for you guys. Church decides to go into this little mechanized hub to kind of find text in the machine, and then it leads into the final act of the saga, which leads into him not only finding peace in the machine, but being taken out for even more plot, as we're introduced to the lovely, sexy, and just jaw-dropping...
Okay. Anyway, as TC reveals that he has a major crush on Agent Carolina. Basically, from there it goes on to them trying to hunt down the director and everything.
And who's the director, you may be asking?
We're not going to spoil that. You guys have to go watch it for yourselves. And
the abuse is real with this one.
and
I just want to be a part of everything.
But, I mean, I'll say this. Once that hits, it gets pretty awesome.
Especially with the twist ending that happens at the end of the saga, which gives everyone a whole sense of clarity into a lot of things that not a lot of people found out about while watching the series. Are you guys intrigued as of yet? No! Well, shut up, Luke. I don't give a shit about you. Stop crying about him not being your dad. So, how do we get into the final act? Slave Child, why don't you come in? Because
she didn't finish the entire series. She only watched snippets of it.
Wait, she didn't watch seasons 12 and 13?
No, she did not.
No, I have not. And I am super excited to watch them if I would not keep being abused by Frank. But, you know.
It's not abuse yet. Now I'm gonna go beat my hamster's ass with a flip-flop.
No.
I don't have a lot of kind things to say about 12 and 13 except for Freckles.
Get the ball!
Now roll over. He didn't roll over. He just turned around.
Yes, he rolled over. Good Freckles.
See that was just poor phrasing on my part.
And yeah, you guys did see some clips in the middle of him talking. I kind of thought it'd be funnier that way.
Freckles is adorable.
Freckles is adorable.
Then at the end, oh my god, he becomes something even more badass.
Yes.
Freckles, target acquired. Lock on. Ah, my knee!
But yeah, I don't really have a lot of kind things to say about 12 and 13 because we kind of had everything that we wanted and more after we ended all the freelancer stuff with Carolina and Church going on their own thing, and then all the Reds and Blues and a new Canyon doing what they do best. So when you're kind of giving them this and then just giving them this small stuff in comparison to what they've been used to, my enjoyment of it kind of went the same way that an Uwe Ball movie goes when he's first handed as a review for a script.
I mean, but after that, what they had left to plan out after that would have been amazing, but the series got discontinued, sadly.
Due to the death of the creator, correct?
I think so.
But I can't say it's gonna be the end of Red vs. Blue for certain reasons.
But only the beginning of something much, much more.
And before I get into even more detail about the series, I should point out this nice little snippet for you guys that are big fans of the DMW organization that might make you a little bit jealous. This guy over here, my little brother, DMW Renkai, actually got into a full-on Skype chat with most of the cast and crew from Red vs. Blue.
The sleep challenge suck it.
And even found
Nobody wakes me up for anything fun. They just
Well,
let
you-
me sleep in the corner.
Well, I mean, I tried to light you up a freaking MP5, you still wouldn't wake the fuck up. Should have shot you in the butt. You're like, wake up! Blah! That would made my day.
My life. Still, throughout the whole process of Red vs. Blue, there are a lot of people that have different opinions of who makes their favorite character in the series. A lot of people say that the fan favorite was Donut, other people said it was Lopez.
Caboose! I'm sorry, he makes my day.
A lot of people say Caboose, but it differs from person to person. Like my brother, like I said, his favorite would be Agent Washington due to some personal attachment to the character himself. Me, my favorite character is kind of a tie between Agents York and North Dakota, mostly because they both kind of reflect my own personality. York being the strategic one that doesn't like to run into things without first thinking it through, and North Dakota being the compassionate one that wants everything to be done with a semblance of kindness and care. With this kind of factor of it, everyone's favorite can be either someone that's had the entire plot circle around them or just had a certain season around them, making it sort of a find your own niche within the series sort of thing. As
We're gonna go for another ride?
No,
You sure?
no, the last one didn't end very well.
I'm here anyway.
As for favorite moments, that also differs. Certain people like the moments of Church getting killed by his own teammates. Other people love the moments of Sheila and Lopez getting freaky dicky robot style. Certain people like the combat sequences. Other people like the betrayal sequences. Some people like the endings of certain seasons. It all depends on the fans.
Bow wow.
Like, child, come up here, come up here.
I'll be right back.
For the audience, tell them your favorite scene from the series thus far.
My favorite?
Make it quick.
My favorite, I guess it's a bunch of them. Tucker just comes out of nowhere and I'm just sorry, he's just funny. He just pops up at random moments and makes some situation that could possibly be sexual and makes it sexual.
I'll play the clip for you.
Well, then let's go get this big thing of yours.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up, Tucker. Somebody call for a really hairy plumber. Bow chicka bow wow. Tucker, shut up.
Yes, I'm starting to get better at this clip thing. Thank you, Nick. Bro, what about you?
My favorite scene would have to be the scene where, surprisingly, Agent Washington shows off how much of a badass he is near the end seasons. So this shows that he went from being one of the worst freelancers to being one of the best. Let's face it, he's one of the so few survivors.
Alright, sorry to run like this, but I don't want that to happen again, so I gotta run.
So I'm just leave it here for a more serene look.
As for me, my favorite scene, well, I could obviously say it, but I'm gonna play it for you guys and make sure you understand why as soon as you're done watching it. So, 1, 2, and 3.
Oh no.
Church? What is this?
He kept trying. He kept trying to get her right.
You think these things are anything like the real deal? All right. Me first.
Watch your left! I think I'm gonna be sick!
Okay, the reason that scene is my favorite is not because of the combat action or the fluid motion hidden behind it. It's the message that it gives off. Carolina is literally fighting to surpass herself in a way that you would not understand until you see the certain moments in time within the series to get it. As you're watching it, as you're seeing every single punch, every single aggression moment, all the emotion building, you're just thinking along to yourself that this isn't a fight to surpass someone, it's a fight to prove to someone that you can be just as tough. It's not someone that's trying to be better, but to be just as good. Something that a lot of people within the fictional medium don't understand until it's too late, like what they've done with this scene. And for me, that just kind of proved to me more and more that this can be more than just a simple story, like how certain people like to make fun of the Halo franchise for. But that's another story for more of a game reviewer sort of stuff. Still, for me, Red vs. Blue was an enjoyable ride from start to finish, even if the 2 final seasons didn't really appeal to me that much. I will say that I'm looking forward to the future projects that the cast and crew has given green light for, and I will be looking forward to even more projects brought on by Rooster Teeth in the near future. However, this is probably going to be the only project from a Rooster Teeth team that I'm going to be covering because, one, I'm not going to be talking about Ruby since that's more of a tribute to Monty thing that I'm going to be doing in a tribute to Animators Month, and a bunch of the other series that they have made just didn't appeal to me that much. Like when they brought on the titles of Dead Fantasy, another Monty special, and certain other projects, those didn't appeal to me as well as anything else. So yeah, this is a pretty special thing for a lot of people. So before I say my own rating system of it from 0 to 13, I'm going to let my daughter go first, then my brother, and then myself. Get into the camera.
Alright. Me personally, I think it's a really great series. Has a lot of heart-wrenching moments, a lot of frustrating moments, but overall it is really good. But I personally feel like there could have been more, that some things were missing. I'm not sure what they were, but it's just a feeling that I get that something is missing. So I would give it an 11 out of 13.
That's fair. Bro?
I mean, I kind of agree that the series did feel kind of cliffhanger, but I mean, you have to take into consideration this series started way back when computer graphics weren't the best, and then to see them progress through and get better with CGI and everything, it showed not only their build up as a good show, but also for the animators themselves. It showed that they loved what they did. They enjoyed everything they did, and it looked like they had fun working with it and everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't give it a solid 13, but a 12.69. That's about it.
And as for yours truly, I can't really give this a perfect grade either, since it did end on sort of a cliffhanger note on the final season, so it can't really be a sense of perfection. But I can't really say it's a bad series, because it's kind of like what I'm doing now in my first year with Showcase being my first review series. It's not the most perfect thing, but at the same time, it's not anything that's half-assed or things that are ill-tempered or bad in entertainment value. It's just me learning more and more as I have my family help me alongside this whole conquest of things. So I can't really say it's the most perfect thing, but I will never say it's terrible. So in my own personal opinion, I would give this whole series from start to finish a 12.3 out of 13.
What do you say, slave child?
I'm sorry?
No. To the audience, what do we say?
I don't know.
Come on. Ignore the fact that there's a sword on your shoulder.
I can't.
Well, guys, thanks for watching and everything. We hope you enjoyed the showcase, like all the others. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and enjoy our videos. Be sure to check out my channel, upcoming probably next week, for a decent update of videos.
And for future update videos, you'll be going on to Culture Clash X, which will also be in the description below. And you'll be seeing a few more stuff from me on my Wednesday and Friday weekly retrospectives on Sense8 and Hemlock Grove as things keep on progressing further and further on. I've been TC. Behind me, closing up on the weapons, is my brother Deem W. Renkai. And this is my slave child daughter. And we will probably see you guys in separate projects. But as for myself, what could I possibly talk to you guys about next? I mean, first I talked to you guys about Over the Garden Wall. Now I'm talking to you guys about Red vs. Blue. It'd have to be something very shocking, like something with a lot of static. Bro?
Yes?
Do it with me now.
Fight the criminal, chase the bad guys. Say the world, fly to the sky. Half kid, I'm amazing. Okay, stand shot, come face it. Yeah, 1-0, then you zap. Look and see, get trapped. Look in my eyes, I got the power. Villains run from the static shower. Superhero, static shock. Superhero, static shock.
That's right, bitches. We're going to be talking about Static Shock in the next Showcase episode. So I will see you guys in a couple of weeks with that. And I guess I'm going to be putting my daughter in a casket soon. This has been the Black Pyramid, where the dead never sleep, and all champions rise with glory. Bye, babies.
On my way. Well, so much for keeping quiet. South, meet me at the helipad for extraction.
Roger. Might need a minute.